happy Friday to you. It is July 13th, and these are the Friday Funnies. That's right, folks, it is Friday the 13th once again. It's time to avoid walking under ladders, breaking mirrors, or getting anywhere in the vicinity of a black cat. And if you can avoid those things, then all you're going to have to fear are a depressed economy, rising gas prices, and the ongoing political campaigns. And on top of it being Friday the 13th, it's also still really hot in most of the country. And the heat is making people do crazy things. And by people, I'm referring to the United States Department of Transportation. The DOT said this week that service animals must be allowed on planes to accompany their handicapped owners. And this seems like a good idea at first, because when you think of a service animal, you usually think of a dog. Lately, however, the varieties of service animals has been expanded to include pot-bellied pigs, miniature horses, and monkeys. So the next time you feel like complaining because the person sitting next to you is snoring, just remember it could be worse. You could be on a plane having a monkey picking through your peanuts, or have My Little Pony in the middle seat. The heat affected ordinary citizens as well this week, so please heed the warnings of heat stroke, or you could wind up like the people in this week's news. Pauline Potter is the world's heaviest woman, and last year she weighed in at 643 pounds. This year, however, she's slightly thinner, having lost 98 pounds through marathon sex sessions. Pauline hooked up with her ex-husband for up to 7 sex sessions a day, and she claims each one of them burns 500 calories. Now, I have so many questions about this story, I don't know where to begin, but the overwhelming question is, how? I mean, Pauline admits that she doesn't move much in bed, but jiggles a lot, and she claims that's like exercise. But then looking at this union from a pure physics standpoint, how does one rearrange 600 pounds to provide an inviting access to the coupling process? To me, it seems more like spelunking and may necessitate a canary in a cage. And I am sorry, but nobody, not Superman, not Wonder Woman, not Hugh Hefner, can have sex 7 times a day. Maybe 7 times in a week if you're on your honeymoon, but 7 times a day is undoable. Pun fully intended. Now, guys, you can clip this story out and hand it to your wife whenever she mentions losing a few pounds, but I tell you right now, she ain't gonna buy it. You can trust me on this one. Frederick Denney is a 61-year-old man from Roseburg, Oregon, who apparently snapped from the heat when he visited Belmont, North Carolina this week. In Belmont, Frederick barricaded himself in a room at the Hampton Inn and threatened to shoot at police unless his demands were met. His demands? He wanted pizza and to marry Paris Hilton. Well, to me, these don't sound like unreasonable demands, but to the Belmont police, they were serious enough for them to break down the door and pepper spray Frederick. He is currently in jail where he still hasn't gotten any pizza. However, he did get a phone call from Lindsay Lohan. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big follower of NASCAR because I don't think that, driving around and just doing left turns is much of a sport, but a lot of people like it. They like to watch it in person, and even more surprisingly, a lot of them watch it on TV. That's what 72-year-old Linda Chase of Jackson, Michigan likes to do, and she likes to watch it with her companion, Charles Ziegler. The problem with this story is that Mr. Ziegler died in 2010, and Linda has kept him dressed and sitting in a chair so that she has somebody to watch NASCAR with. I don't know if she dressed him up in official NASCAR gear, but for 2 years, Ziegler's remains have sat in a chair, and he seemed to care less who won the race. Police discovered Mr. Ziegler's body last week, and Ms. Chase is in a lot of trouble. I don't know what the laws are about keeping a stiff in your house, but for the last 2 years, she has also been cashing his Social Security checks, and that's kind of a no-no. As for Mr. Ziegler, his remains have now been sent to NASCAR. Well, he will be the honorary Grand Marshal for the rest of the season. Hey, that's it for this week. Have a wonderful weekend. Please try to keep cool, and I will see you here next week.